Hey Bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we're making this gorgeous moisturizing overnight lip mask. The inspiration for this project came from two places. The first one is the Laneige overnight sleeping mask, which is a very popular sort of lip sleeping mask in the sort of skincare circles, and so I bought one back in December and have really been enjoying using that product. And the other was a recipe request from Kelly, who sent in a request for some sort of overnight sleeping mask, and then she included an ingredients list from a commercially available product that was much more accessible than the one on the Laneige product. So I thought I could kind of work to hybridize the two to create something awesome that was kind of mine. The bulk of this mask is lanolin, castor oil, and beeswax, which creates a really rich, creamy, pretty heavy base. But that's what we want, right? Because we're putting this on before bed. By the way, that's how you use a lip mask. You're sort of like smearing a bunch of this product on before you go to sleep, with the idea that you wake up in the morning with much softer, happier lips. So the perfect thing for dry climates, and especially for winter. Those ingredients are kind of rounded out with a couple other liquid oils, some shea butter, a touch of carnauba wax, and then once it cools, we'll include some vitamin E, a bit of peppermint essential oil, which I found completely eliminates the lanolin thing, which is good because I'm not a huge fan of the lanolin thing. And then I've included a bit of color as well. You do not have to include the color, totally optional. Refer to the blog post linked below if you want to drop it, but the version that Kelly sent had color, and the Laneige one does as well, and it's an easy and fun thing to add, so I included some. For a bit of tech, I included a lip-specific active from lotion crafter called hilurlip, which is not a super sexy name, but the ingredient is pretty cool. It is a blend of hyaluronic acid and peptides for lip products, and so we're including it at just 1%, and it helps really hydrate lips, which is very cool. Again, if you don't have it, please refer to the description box below, either to click through the blog and then to find out where you can buy some. It's not that expensive, and we use it in such small amounts, it does go a long way. Or if you want to replace it, I've got information on that too. But I thought that it was a really neat ingredient to sort of bridge the higher tech Laneige product with a more accessible version that Kelly sent over. It's a pretty cool little fun thing to add. Since this is anhydrous, it's pretty simple to make. Just melting everything together, which can take a while. That carnauba wax was very, very stubborn for me. And then once you let it cool, and then you add your cool down ingredients, and then voila, you are left with this gorgeous, creamy lip mask that you can totally wear as lip balm during the day if you want. I would just sort of use less of it, but it's beautiful. I really, really like it, and I hope you like it too. So let's get started. We're going to begin by combining our heated face ingredients in a single little glass dish. So I'm using this one because it's got the lanolin in it, and the lanolin is really, really, really sticky. So this is 2.3 grams of lanolin, and to that we're going to add 2 grams of castor oil, 1.5 grams of beeswax, 1.5 grams of jojoba oil, 1 gram of kukuinut oil, 1 gram of shea butter, and 0.4 grams of carnauba wax. To melt this together, I'm going to put it in a water bath. So this is a wide, flat-bottom sauté pan that's got about 2 centimeters or 2/3 of an inch of water in it. And I'm going to put this on the stovetop over medium heat until everything melts through. I do find that carnauba wax takes a really long time to melt through, so make sure you're just coming back, stirring it, and making sure that your pot doesn't simmer dry while you wait for that to melt. Once everything has melted, you can remove the mixture from your water bath. And we're going to stir it here and help it cool down a bit before we start adding our cool down ingredients. I'm going to actually take it off the dish towel to help it cool down a bit faster. I am intentionally not using an ice water bath for this because with both the beeswax and the carnauba wax, it's going to thicken quite quickly on its own. So now I'm going to add the carmine dye because it's not heat sensitive like the rest of our ingredients are, and so we can just sort of make use of some time to stir that in. So I'll get our scale fired up here, and we need 0.1 grams. All right, once we start to get to this point here where you can see that it's nice and thick and glossy, you can feel the container and you can see that it's not really that hot anymore. This is definitely still warm, but we're looking for it being sort of below about 50 degrees Celsius. And we are definitely there. For reference, a hot tub is usually about 40 degrees Celsius. So if this sort of feels cooler than a hot tub, then you're generally good to go. So I'm assuming, of course, you're not getting a great impression of the passing of time when I speed things up. So that was about 5 minutes. Where I stirred it quite a lot initially, and then I'd leave it for about a minute, give it a stir, leave it for about a minute, and it took about 5 minutes to get to this point. So to wrap things up, we're going to be adding the last of our cool down ingredients. So we're going to weigh them into our little dish here. You're going to need 0.05 grams of vitamin E, 0.05 grams peppermint essential oil, and 0.1 grams of hilurlip, which is an additive from Lotion Crafter for lip products that contains hyaluronic acid. If you don't have this, please refer to the blog for information on substitutions. Now all that's left to do is package it. So this is a cute little screw-on tin from Humblebee, and with the stuff that's in there is just the version of this recipe I made for the blog. So exactly the same stuff, and I just made it a couple hours ago. So we're just gonna kind of top this tin off. And there you go. You just made a beautiful moisturizing overnight lip mask. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and do remember to check the description box below for the full written recipe and links to all the ingredients and information on scaling, substitutions, shelf life, and all kinds of other useful stuff. So thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.